Hello. Ah. Hello, everybody. Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Antoine Ménager from EDF Group. I'm working on the EPR2 project. So nice to meet you. Hello. And
I'm Olivier
introduce
Barre.
Olivier.
I also work with EDF, and I'm in charge of developing the nuclear new build program for France. Can you hear me? Is this okay? Can you hear what I'm saying? Yeah. Can anybody tell me if you can hear? Okay, good. Thank you. So we have prepared a couple of slides with Antoine. To give you a quick overview of where we are about the development of the nuclear new build program for France. That was partly mentioned yesterday, and you know that there's some news about that. So very quickly, the idea is we have a French fleet that you all know. The first objective is, of course, to operate that fleet as well as we can, and to extend its lifespan as the opportunity comes. But at some point, we will have to replace quite a large amount of gigawatts, because all those units were commissioned in very short time. And that time might be around the 2040s, when most of the units will have reached 60 years of age. And we want to keep that nuclear industry, that nuclear fleet, as an asset for the country, for the fight against climate change and all that. So we've been working for a couple of years on the new build program to retain that benefit. So introduction, 3 pieces. This is the result of a process, development process, that we've been involved in for some years, and more formally for the past 3 years with the French state. And we had the opportunity to deliver a proposal to government to provide the information towards a decision to implement that program. And we touched on 3 main topics I would like to mention here. First, what we call the evidence of need, justification of the program, whether it's useful to do it. Second is, are we able to deliver it? If it's needed, okay, but can we do it? And then the organization and the funding around the project. So the evidence of need is, of course, at the center of the justification is the mixed energy forecast, and where nuclear stands in a power mix. But we also try to touch on other issues. Most of them were mentioned yesterday, like jobs, like self-reliance for the economy, the impact in the different territories, the opportunity to export. When you have domestic program, usually you have an industrial momentum to build on, and to be an interesting partner for other countries to develop their own programs on. The capacity to deliver, what we try to put forward is we have the products. EPR is a reactor that works. It's been operated in China for 3 years now. But to be clear, we had difficulties in the first projects to build those reactors. And so what we try to do is to share with government and with different actors and parties in the process, the lessons that we've drawn from those first projects. And if you allow me to put that in a nutshell, I would say nuclear is a political purpose. It's a matter of let's say it's interest for the community, but we need to execute projects from an industrial point of view. The execution, the implementation must be more industrial than what we've been doing in the past decades. you cannot be efficient if you have one project here and one project there. We need a momentum, we need a program, and that's why this program is based on a series of 3 twins, 3 pairs of reactors in a row, in order to give the momentum and to give the visibility to the industry overall, for the different actors to invest in the capabilities, in the training that is required to deliver and to improve the performance at which the industry will be able to deliver. The funding. So very quickly, the point with funding is that, as you all know, program first needs political will. The countries, sorry, I need to stop this. As it is defined in the standards of IAA, by the way, the first milestone of a program is for the politicians, the states, to make a commitment to get involved into a program and to gather the conditions for delivering the program. The thing is that it's not necessarily enough to want the program. We, as an actor, as part of the whole system, we need state to get involved in order for the program to happen. So that's also part of the lessons that we've drawn from the past experience, the recent projects, where, for instance, in the UK, the state got involved through regulation, tariff, in order to secure the business model. But also, you realize that that might not be enough to have enough projects. This is exactly what's happening in the UK. The UK have been wanted nuclear projects for years, but it's quite difficult to have them start. So the outcome is that government needs to be involved also in the risk sharing and in the funding of projects, and very early in the development process. So that's basically what we were working on with the French government. The technical solution that we've put forward is based on an EPR. So it's we call it the EPR2 because we draw the lessons from the first projects. Basically, EPR2 is the same steam supply system as the EPR, basically the same turbine, and we simplify the BNI, the balance of nuclear island. To be very, very quick, it's an EPR that is simplified in order to optimize and the execution, the construction, and to lower the risk of execution and to standardize. So that's very consistent with that, what I said about industrializing the implementation. Where we are now, we have tried to design and to offer a picture of that program, and we're waiting for a green light to proceed. The industry is basically ready. A lot has been done in order to launch the process in terms of training, in terms of aligning the industry, of catalyzing partnership through the industry in order to be able to deliver in a more efficient way, including through what we call the Excel plan. For those who don't know about that, it's a plan that we started almost 2 years ago in order to boost the preparation of the industry, of the French industry, before launching such a program. I've already touched on that. And now we are coming to one step that is coming now, that is very important on the way to a decision to implement the program. That is the public consultation, and that's where I will leave the floor to Antoine.
Thank you, Olivier. Yes, after the hard scale of nuclear engineering industrial project, we have also to take into account the soft skill, very important, to develop the acceptance of the project, especially around the plant, in the area, in the country. So, c'est toi qui l'as fait. And we have experience on this, not only on nuclear project, on all the project in EDF. It's part of the DNA of EDF Group to be in touch, of course, with our consumers, but also with the citizens of the country, on to develop dialogue, to improve our projects, and to take into account the expectation of the citizen with anticipation. As I said, we have this experience, of course, in all the projects in France and international, not only in nuclear, in EDF. We have some guides, many experts of this. And we have practiced this debate for the previous nuclear project, for Flamanville 3, Penly, 10 years ago. So we have this experience. Also, we develop inside the group, inside the company, a lot of discussion, dialogue to the, I don't know in English, but la raison d'être of EDF was built by all the people of the company itself. And these methods to discuss, to go to reach the citizens, we develop it with something. It's in French, parlons énergie chez vous. Let's talk about energy. We go to meet more than 3,000 people, and to keep in touch with the civil society to know what are the expectations. So it's very important for us. Of course, for new projects such as EPR, develop on the existing site with a plant already running. We have a long-term exchange with the population. In France, it's under the regulatory. We have local committee information every 3 months or 4 months. We have exchange with elective people, associations, all the people living around the plant in order to give information. The transparency of the nuclear industry, very important. Of course, all the territories around the plant are very confident with our nuclear industry. So it's a very important point, and we develop this for the future project. In the proposition for the EPR2 program proposition for EDF, the first site is in Normandy, on the existing site of Penly. And all this work with all the elective people, unions, associations, you have an illustration on the slide, the picture. We have a local community is waiting for the project. And we work together to improve the project, to take into account expectation, how to run, to organize the work site, accommodations, where to go to the work site, roads, so on. So it's very important, and we start very early. It's very important for the local acceptance. It's a part of the project, of the success of the project. Thank you very much. If you have any question to Olivier and me.
Okay, so for everybody, the question is, where does the golden figure of 6 reactors come from? There's no such golden figure, but still. What we try to explain to our counterparts in government, in the state, in the administration, is that we need a series. We need a series of projects Those reactors must be built by twins, because when you have a twin, you can get the how you say that, the flexibility from one site to the other, from one reactor to the other on the same sites. That's our experience. And then why 3? Because, well, we need a long enough time visibility to drive, to mobilize the industry. We need a long enough series to drive the learning curve, and the experience shows that after 2 or 3 basically 3 projects, you have acquired most of the experience, most of the improvements. But it's not an end in itself. I like to say it's a first series of 3 pairs, and it's getting easier and easier to say that now. It was more difficult a couple of years ago. But honestly, it's not the end of the world. And I don't really care if it's 3, 4, 5, or 6. It's very important to know that something's coming behind and that we have a minimum of 3. And what we did with the state is, when they said we would like to keep the option of having only 1 twin, we said we disagree with that. We need to mobilize the industry on the series. But if you want to interrupt the series, fair enough, you just have to pay for it. But we want to design the program based on a series of 3 pairs that will take roughly 20 years. So that's already quite long. Extension will come when it comes. We don't need. Then why is it only a beginning? Because when you look at the amount of the capacity that we will have to replace by 2040, 2050, obviously there might be, I would say, there might be more projects. But in 10 years, in 15 years, if there is another solution, we can stop there. It's fine enough.
Okay. Maybe one information complementary about the twins. So the learning curve experience, efficiency, it's based on at the moment on the Hinkley Point C. Currently they're running the main civil works. On Unit 2, efficiency is at least 20%, around 20 or 30% better on Unit 2 than Unit 1 due to the learning curve experience.
And the series from the start, because we want to have purchasing contracts that are designed for the series as much as possible. Is there another reaction or question? Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Thank you for your attention.